The tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? 250. Right there. 56. Come on.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set. 30 base. Been a long day for you.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Ready, set. 58, come on. Hey, orbit. 58, right over there. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set. 280. 56. Now watch one. Check 9. Alert. Hey, give me radar.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Gets this one to Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
22. Check four.
On first down, Hooks. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey, zoom. Check in. Mike, 28.
From the 31, Stafford. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 9.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Van Noy, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And an alley to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
56 is the mic.
From the 30 on second down, Stafford, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. We own them. We own them. Mike 56.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
That's got to be a long day. Shoot. Hey, wahoo. Shoot.
He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
He won't be ready. He won't be ready.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. 32. Mike, 28. Mike. Go. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
To throw is Stafford. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go. 60 or. Too low. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll find Hall. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now the try here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 10. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here comes the Lions punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Agnew now to return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, 10 logo. Right there. Let's go, team. Big
They'll run on first down. Swift. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. They'll roll him out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
At the 46-yard line.
You go set, Slaney. 56. You better bring it. You better bring it. Hurry. I'm letting you know right now. You better bring it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down now, Hooks. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd.
56, right there, 56. It's coming this way, here we go. Hey, 54. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Watch the Alpha. Watch the screen. Mike 56. Mike 56. I got you, punk.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to launch this thing into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
On play action, they'll throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Set, ready? 10-2 stop. Here we go. And 58 is the mic.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. It's a gain of 35.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58. Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Lamb. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Browns.
We go. 18 Gators. Step.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
set. 180. 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Zero.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Hooks. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Red. Mike 56. Mike's 56. Hey, team 6. Team 6. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 70. Hey, we're ready.
Now Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Hey, Haywood. 44 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check, check. Get it.
He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
That's what I do. He's checking. Drill right, 22. 50.
Back to throw, Stafford. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Ready, break.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 12-yard line.
Break. Mike Fopo. Coming to you. Hey, Delta. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Good. Here we go. 44 defense.
2nd and 4. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And the Browns first down.
Got it. 44. Mike, 44. Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Alert flare.
Chubb. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
It's 2nd down and
10. The lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, watch the screen. Hey, exit. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Back now at Ford Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Out. 6-6. Pull it high.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
26-yard line. Alert! 56.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
59! 56 to Mike. Orbit. 56.
Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Squish, double. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They'll keep it on the ground. Hooks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Stafford. And going deep for Hill. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
2nd and 11. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Looking to throw. And he'll find Hall. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ready, set.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From a yard out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey. My 28 is our time.
Now it's Stafford. They complete it to Hill. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
53, ready.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Waiting. Here we go. 22. 4 down. Check. 4 down. 56.
On 1st down, Stafford here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Browns, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.